Don't know where you at, don't know where you been. Don't know nothing about that boy you're into. Don't feel bad for you, but I feel bad for him. And all the hell you gon' be putting him through. Try to tell him we're first that way. Try to tell him that I ain't staying on your mind. I ain't nothing but a long gone thing. You can curse my...
So we are documenting my goal to go to sub 3 hour marathon. You know, this is super special to me because I feel like I never thought I was capable of it, and I still kind of get that feeling of like doubt in my head that maybe this is too far of a reach. It's just something that like I don't want to go my whole life thinking like, what if I would have tried? What if I would have did this? And I just hate living like, what if? We will get a sub 3 hour marathon. It's just gonna take a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice. I think we're all capable of it. It's just sometimes we avoid the hard work because there's a possibility of failure. I could fail or I could win, but as long as I work hard and keep working hard, I'll eventually get there. So yeah, that's what this YouTube video is, and this series is just documenting my progress towards a sub 3 hour marathon. And then side quest is just gonna be a Hyrox. So got some cool stuff we're training for. Gonna hit a weight training session later, but for now, let's take you guys on the run. Had some carbs and some coffee, which is always a necessity. So let's rip. Bad day to be smiles in nature's cold plunge. A little cold today, but it'll wake me up.
I know that last night we let the liquor talk. I can't remember everything we said, but we said it all. You told me that you wish I was somebody you never met. But baby, something's telling me this ain't over yet. No way it was I lost.
Post-workout, we did the tempo run. Now, a good way for me to judge how my runs go is how my heart rate fits into my effort. So I ran faster than normal, which is why it's a tempo run, but my heart rate was way lower than normal. And this could be a variety of things, right? It could be hydration, the amount of carbs you have before the run, sleep, all those kind of factor into your heart rate, especially whether I hydrated, I had enough carbs, all those things. So it perfected my workout and it allowed me to progress, allowed me to get fitter. And like I said, I judge how fit I'm getting based upon my effort at a relative heart rate. So before, when I first started running 650 at the heart rate that I did, you know, it wasn't really replicable. I couldn't do it, but because my body keeps getting used to running, it knows I do that every single day. It's just adapting. So what I'm trying to say here is it takes time for you to adapt, but it's extremely worth it because you just get so much more efficient at running faster and further. But how you do that is obviously, you know, 1 to 2 tempo runs a week. One's fine, I think. And then just having weekly mileage increase. It's no different than if you're weight training and you want to get stronger, you don't use the same weight. You progressively try to increase that weight each week. The same with running. You just slowly 10% each week raise that mileage, and you know, you get fitter. So yeah, that was the run, solid run. And then, you know, I got a bunch of stuff coming up today. Gonna have a protein coffee next. I know I already had a coffee, but it didn't have protein in it. So gonna put protein in the coffee, and then we're gonna just take you guys on the vlog. I'm working on the basement. downstairs. So I'll show you guys what I'm doing there. Now I always get questions about my home gym and what I bought, what I use. So I'm gonna show you guys everything. First off, for leg equipment, we have Titan. Keep in mind, this is all Titan equipment. I just find that's the cheapest and best bang for buck. But this is the leg press / hack squat. There's my little heater that really doesn't work that well, but if you sweat a lot, you know, you don't need a heater. There we have our half rack. So what I did was I bolted a board across the wall and ran it into studs, and then attached the rack there. So that's the rack. Over here we have our leg extension, leg curl. Here we have our cable machine. It's a functional trainer. If you had to like ask me what I think is the best to get, I would say a functional trainer and a rack. I think those are like the most important. And then over here we have a lat pull down machine. I love this machine. It's so nice. And yeah, like I said, all this is from Titan. Storage, which a lot of people don't think about, but it keeps it easy to you know, put your weights. And then right here we have a rack, dumbbells going up to 100. I want to get more dumbbells, like 120s, maybe 130s. But I just, right now, I just bang out as many reps as I can with the hundreds. And then, yeah, just benches, bench, incline bench. And yeah, that's the home gym. So when we moved into this house, the upstairs was finished, remodeled, but the downstairs hasn't been. So this is gonna show you guys what it looks like now. And then hopefully in like 2 or 3 months, maybe 4, it's finished. But so far, this is what we started with. So keep in mind, whoever owned this house must have liked pink for some reason. So like they decked out this whole room in pink over here, and I just finished up ripping off the baseboards and repainting this and working on the paneling. So this is all painted. I still have to put baseboards down and put in drop ceiling, but you know, repainted this. As you can see, it's pink at the bottom there, but it was because it painted it pink. Then over here, this is like the living area, which I want to redo and just paint, refinish it. And then over here, which leads from this like living area to here, is our washer and dryer area. I'm probably gonna keep this the way it is, but that room that I just painted, we're gonna do storage, have my deer freezer in there with like all my training equipment, and then, you know, miscellaneous stuff. And then right here, this is gonna be another like guest room, living area. We have a bunch of totes that are going to go in the room that I just painted, and that's gonna be like the storage room, like I said. So we're gonna pull off these cabinets and put them in the storage room and pull out all this. So the person who lived here used to work out of here in the basement. He was a contractor, so that's why all these desks are here. But long story short, we're gonna finish this and you know, make it livable. So that's like my little project right now that I need to keep working on, because it's not gonna get done if I don't do it. So it's honestly a fun little hobby too, to learn. I love learning new things I suck at. Like, I'm not particularly good at painting. I'm not particularly like an expert. Even though I did work construction, it was a different kind of construction. I wasn't necessarily good at housework and remodeling. So just something I'm trying to learn. And it's so fun to suck at something, because then you learn so fast and you get better at it easier. So, you know, it's just something besides training that I work on in my free time. So yeah. This is the deer freezer though. We are almost out of deer meat. I only killed 1 deer this year, and it was that 8-pointer. My goal in the near future is to kill some buck in different states, Midwest, maybe a little more northeast of where I'm at now, or south. And then long-term elk. I want to go elk hunting. Let's go hit a training session, hit our second workout of the day.
One hell of a life.
Hit a wall right now. I need a miracle. Hurry up now. I need a miracle. Stranded, reaching out. I call your name, but you're not around. I say your name, but you're not around. I need ya, I need ya, I need you right now. Yeah, I need you right now. So don't let me, don't let me, don't let me down. I think I'm losing my mind now. It's in my head, darling. I hope that you'll be.
All right, so we are going to hit a Hyrox workout. And just so like you guys understand kind of like what my priority is with my training, what my split is. I know maybe you guys are interested if you're trying to figure out maybe if you're into Hyrox or you want to try it, or if you like bodybuilding, or if you like running, all the, you know, sort of things mixed together. How I balance it is pretty much right now the main focus is running, because Hyrox, from my understanding, never done one, like I said, is mostly a running race, and then you have obstacles in it. Running's the priority, and then I strength train, and then I do Hyrox workouts. Like I said, my main goal is the sub 3 hour marathon, so this is like a side quest. And if I like the sport, I'm gonna really try and, you know, get good at it and maybe, you know, work my way up in the sport. But for now, you know, I'm just trying to excel in a few obstacles like the skier. Dude, the freaking burpees suck, so definitely need to get better at those. I never did a sled pull, so I don't have access to one. What I might do is just try to like hook a rope up to my truck and pull it or something. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just trying to train hard, and then when it comes to Hyrox, rip it and do my best. Like I said, I put together structured workouts that are pretty hard for me. So if you guys want to try them, as always, try them. I'm going to put in the Hyrox workout today so that you guys can, you know, test it out for yourself and try getting through the workout that I make for myself. That's generally pretty hard. So I'm learning day by day, and it's just a fun experience to suck at something. So it's okay to not be an expert at something. It's okay to not know everything about whatever you're pursuing. Like, part of being good at something, or eventually like mastering it, is not being good at it. You have to be a learner in anything. I think a lot of people get discouraged because it is hard. And for example, Hyrox is very hard for me. Even trying to run a sub 3 is very hard for me, coming from a bodybuilding background. But that's the point. How am I going to get better at it? How am I ever going to learn if it's never hard? So, you know, I need these hard moments. I appreciate them. I look forward to them because I know they get easier. Like, you're not going to get better at something that you suck at if it's not hard at first and you don't overcome it. It's just the reality. And that's why I think a lot of people don't get good at, like, you know, running and anything that they do, is because normally the thing that you want is hard to achieve. It's very hard. That's why most of the time the average person doesn't do it, because they give up, because they quit, because it is hard. When in reality, I look at hard, it's all mindset. Like I've said before, I look at hard as an opportunity to grow and just a challenge. So just kind of reframe your mind. Think of when it is hard, like, oh, I'm challenging myself. Here we go. It's an obstacle. Say you fail. Okay, that was just attempt 1. Go back, try it again. Attempt 2. Eventually you'll get it. And then before you know it, you're good at whatever you're pursuing. So that's that. Let's go rip it and have a good Hyrox workout. So the Hyrox workout is done. I feel like I don't move like a 2x4 anymore, all stiff and shit. I can actually feel a little more versatile, getting better at Hyrox. Burpees are going better, wall balls, all of it just from doing the damn thing. So this workout was, I just ran a mile to warm up. I don't really count that as the workout. And then I did 500 row, 500 ski, 80 meters of burpee broad jump, 20 unbroken wall balls, and then 20 cows on the salt bike. That was the workout. Now headed back and just keep chilling.
Fencing for a man down the road. Hell, my hands are getting cold. This winter's really got a grip on me. I'm getting tired of this town, but I ain't got no money to make any ground. Another lonely night down at the bar. 'Cause I'm getting into fights and I'm falling hard. Max now one more credit card. What's this life worth living for? Going to jail, I can't pay my bail. Jack and Coke won't let me think to myself, should've never reached for that bottle on the shelf. She's the reason I started it all. Lord, she's praying on my downfall, hoping I'll never make it out of this town. She won't leave me alone. Most evenings all I do is sit at home, think about the girl I done right or wrong. She's got my heart tied in a knot. Will I make it out? No, probably not. All I got left to do is sit here and drink. Another lonely night down at the bar. 'Cause I'm getting into fights and I'm falling hard. Max now one more credit card. What's this life worth living for? I'm going to jail, I can't pay my bail. Jack and Coke won't let me think to myself, should've never reached for that bottle on the shelf. Should've never reached for that bottle on the shelf.
So just finished up the weight training session, hour and a half. And so we did the Hyrox and the weight training session, no running today, unless I get the itch to, we'll see. If it is, it's gonna be on the treadmill. I use the treadmill quite often. Some people don't like the treadmill. I think it's super beneficial to reduce the fatigue on my joints. If I'm running on the road too often, sometimes my feet get pretty messed up. As you know, I had a stress fracture and I had plantar fasciitis. Not gonna make excuses, so I do what I can and I balance the treadmill and the road running to what fits my body. That's why I'm trying to get a little lighter so it reduces some of the stress on my joints. Not willing to sacrifice muscle, but just a little bit of body fat. Still pretty lean right now, but obviously you can always get leaner. But anyways, I wanna kind of go into the main message of this YouTube video, which is potential, right? And I think a lot of things that hold us back is the story you tell yourself, the potential that you pretty much deem your whole life to be. And you know, it pulls out my heartstrings sometimes to hear when people say, "Oh man, I can't do that," or "This is what I'm capable of." And I'm just like, what makes you think that? Why are you holding yourself to what other people do or what other people have done or what you tell yourself to be true? Like, F that, seriously. Like, think about what your life would be like if you didn't tell yourself those stories, if you didn't put caps on yourself or limits on yourself. You would accomplish more as long as you put in the work. But what I think is the main thing that we all suffer from is, me being vulnerable is like, I know how hard it is to really accomplish things that you want. I know how hard it is. So in my head, sometimes I'll hear my brain say, you can't do this. But in reality, I know I can. It's just I'm not willing to put in the work. And that's where I have to switch my mindset to, no, the work is the answer, and that's going to allow me to unlock that hidden potential. But you see, we put these barriers on ourselves to protect ourselves because it's a possibility of failure. And I said earlier in the YouTube video, failure is essential. It's essential. You need to fail. That's how you learn. You need to not be good at something. That's how you get better. If you and anybody was good at everything they did, there would be no storytelling. Life would be perfect. Life isn't freaking perfect. Wake up call. You know that. It's hard. There's things that are hard that you have to overcome. That's life. That's why it's enjoyable, because at a low moment, you know, we all go through these highs and lows. When you have a low moment and you overcome that, you have a high. And that makes life all the better to learn and enjoy, because you understand that, hey, we all go through lows and highs, but that's life. That's how you get better. That's how you grow. And that's the whole point of life, is to grow and become a better version of yourself. Now, where you get stuck is where you limit yourself, or you have limiting beliefs to what you can or can't do, and you just hide that potential. You gotta just be open-minded and say, hey, I am willing to put in the work. I know it's gonna be hard. Listen, it sucks to put in some of the work. It does, it's hard. But that's how you get to where you wanna be. And that's how, when you accomplish it, it feels like sunshines and roses. But majority of the time getting there, it sucks. And that's why people like to hear and watch these stories, and they see these people in the Olympics or at the NFL, and they're like, oh, well, they were just gifted. And obviously I can't go to the NFL right now. I'm 24 years old. I'm just not gonna go to the NFL. But what I'm saying here is, these people worked hard when nobody was watching. Yeah, they might have had some talent, but if they didn't put in the work, they would have never got there. It's so easy to look at somebody winning and just see them winning, but you don't see the hidden potential and all the hardships they went through below that. You see what they want you to see. You see the podiums, you see the trophies, you see all that. But what got them there? The work, and believing that their potential was there and putting in the work to get there. So what I'm trying to say here is, don't limit yourself to what other people have done, what other people tell you, how other people live their lives. That's them. Let them live their lives. Let them put their potential to where they see it. You craft your own life. You know, we only get one shot here, and I think it's just super important to wake up and think about that. Wake up and understand, like, hey, time goes by. You don't ever get that shit back. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to work towards? And understanding that it's going to be hard. There's going to be moments in time where you want to quit, where you feel like you're going to throw up, or, you know, the workout's that hard, or the business you're building is that demanding. And yeah, I understand that. And dude, I've been there. Like, I feel a lot of pressure with what I do and how I perform, and training's hard, but I enjoy the pressure. I think life is a privilege to feel all those things. It's all a mindset shift. If I would sit here and say, dude, this sucks. Sometimes my mind will, like, when I'm training hard and I'm out of breath or I'm on a long run, I'm like, this sucks. And then I reframe my mind. I'm like, no, this is hard. It's supposed to be hard. You're gonna grow from this. Your body's gonna adapt. You're gonna get better. So that's what I wanna say. Just shift your mind to understand that hard is just a challenge. Failure is just another attempt. And that is going to lead you to break through that hidden potential that you place on yourself. So that's what I want to say here. Gonna go out to eat with my fiance and probably get some steak. Take you guys on the dinner and see what the rest of the YouTube video has. Hope that helps. Filming this on my iPhone. Not sure if you guys can tell, but yeah. So before we go out to dinner, I'm probably gonna have a protein shake. So either chocolate peanut butter or banana French toast. Those are like my two flavors. Feeling chocolate peanut butter today, so gonna have this and then dinner. So what I did here was I just took whey protein, put some milk in it, crushed it up with ice in a blender, put it in a bowl, put some fruit on it, some frozen blueberries, honey, and a little bit of chocolate hummus, and this is a good place for it.
So good. I've been on my best behavior. You're burning hotter than a